Hello, more Starvaders. We're back with another video. Suffered a very unfortunate loss yesterday on Roxy, if I remember correctly. Yeah, an Oculus showed up towards the bottom right end of the grid. Just a lot of really unfortunate stuff stacked up. I played suboptimally in multiple ways. After consulting with some of the people in the server, shout out to Whiffle, my goat. Talks with me about a lot of gameplay stuff, and yesterday we discussed the fact that I could have stacked a bunch of detonator up as a wall to stall some enemies while I took care of stuff elsewhere. That probably would have been nice to consider. I also left this dodge on the floor because of clumsy and didn't notice that I didn't have it until it was way too late. This card was kind of propping up almost all of our mobility with the help of misfire. So yeah, just a lot of all-around unfortunate stuff. But still, I had fun playing this deck. I think laser bullets, Holtzman shields, and shrapnel was pretty fun. Nemesis was also pulling its weight. It's just yeah. A real shame that run ended this way, but we'll do better in the future. In any case, oh, you know what? I should check which are the three past pilots. Roxy, Shun, Min. Roxy, Shun, Min. Okay, we're not playing those three today. Not Roxy. Not Roxy. Not Min. Iris. Okay, I think this will be the first Iris run on the server. She is the default, or at least the first keeper that you start with. She's not like the other three in that they all have a gimmick of their own. Sura mixes her stuff with stinger cards. Gara mixes with gunner cards. Zen has this whole weird sun moon thing, which doesn't really work. But it's not about Zen today. It's about Iris today, and yeah, her whole thing is just the fact that she's a keeper, which already is a lot to keep track of. She's who you would learn keeper on to start out with, because she's the first one you unlock, and then yeah, you start with 4 wanders, which move 1 to 3 tiles or lets you switch which summon you're currently haunting. Her default summon card is the Puppet, which is very similar to Zen's and Sura's summons in that you make it and you can push it 1 tile in the cardinal direction on any given turn. Which, yeah, it doesn't come with any of those extra special upsides of the Sun and Moon summons or Sura's polyps, which shock enemies when they die. These are just very run-of-the-mill summons. You can bump them into enemies. You can use them to reposition. If you bump them into enemies, usually they just die. But you can use Conjure to help protect these summons and preserve them turn to turn, because this is a 2 cooldown spell that lets you give or break a shield on any entity. You can use it to break shields on fallen angels / time angels to make them easier to snipe. You can use it to protect your puppets. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. Additionally, you start with these blasts, which lets you sacrifice a summon of yours to strike all adjacent tiles. This lets you this gives you the output that you need to handle the early game, and of course also has relevance later into the game if you pick up any sacrifice synergy. Unlike Garo and Sura, Iris actually has a very relevant starter artifact called Sign Magic. The first time you use a spell each turn, you get a poof in your draw pile. It just gets shuffled in, and it's basically just when you run into it, you get a mana. Because it replaces itself, gets a mana. In addition, it's also a junk, which works with a bunch of different things that care about junks being in your deck. Some examples being, if you get the junk pack, garbage truck, what else? Garbage truck, I think, junk, the keepers have a card called a, what do you call it? Not a card. an artifact called Baloney, which also works with Poof. Baloney's in a really weird spot in that, like, it's really, really... It has to say, like, it's like in the upper to good echelon when you put it in Iris, because she has... her deck has this, like, very inherent and easy way to make junk every single turn, whereas on the other keepers, it's a little awkward to use, because getting junk naturally requires you to kill your summons and not even get any sacrifice synergy, which is very awkward. There's like one other way for people to get like junk into their deck inherently, which is Boiling Bubble. But yeah, Baloney is like either you're on Iris, in which case you can pick it up somewhat reluctantly. I think on Iris it's just good, but like on all the other keepers, you're like, I don't know what to do about this. It's kind of tough. One other application I can think of right now is with Baloney is if you have the jammed modifier, either through picking it up on the way to the Overseer, or if you're just playing Post Impossible, which starts you out with it, Baloney would let you charge up Meteor Storm, because that one starts the fight on cooldown. It would go from 9 straight to 6. That could be kind of cool, but I don't know. Yeah, that's a puzzle that I haven't quite solved yet. Or you could argue that it's already been solved and Baloney's just kind of narrow, which would be okay. In any case, let's get an Iris run going. This will actually be the first Iris run I have on this profile. Just turns out, like, playing Keeper is just a lot of fun, and when you play Iris, you just play some good old Keeper. Sacrifice, spells, whatever you want to get up to, it's all chill. We could get up to some really funky stuff today with Consecrate. Yeah, this is a very unique card for Iris for a lot of reasons. It destroys the topmost spell, and whenever you cast it, you draw 2 extra cards and get 2 extra mana next turn. This is very good because if you just give up your ability to use spells and like never take one, this is just 0 mana. Draw 2 cards, get 2 mana. In the best of circumstances, you can even like cast this more than once a turn, which just becomes absolutely absurd. That should, in theory, give you more than enough resources to just like do as much as is required to like win the game. I do think Witchhammer is also just good. Like, unlike Garu and Sura, who might have some issues building up to 3 summons because of the penalty they get on their summons, if you remember correctly, with turrets and with polyps, the more of them you have, the more expensive they are to summon, which would make Witchhammer pretty awkward. Iris gets to just play as many puppets as her heart desires without like getting punished for it, which I think is kind of sick. If we do manage to pick up Sacred Grounds, that would let us play Witchhammer for free, but for now, even if it's just a 1-mana card, I'm still very happy about it. Some other good inclusions here. I do wonder if I should pick up Shrivel. This is a very, very good card. It might not look like it, so let's look at it real quick. Choose an entity, strike the tiles to its left and to the right, and give it a shield if possible. This is like... what is it? It can hit 2 things all at once. So like by default it's just like 1 mana, deal 2 damage. But if you position your summon correctly, it can not only hit 2 things, it can also give your summon a shield and let it bump into things, which is very strong. Ugh. And it comes with Recharge a Random Summon, which has a lot of implications. I think I'm actually gonna give this a shot and just see if this gets us anywhere. It's possible that Witchhammer is the right pick. Airlift's also really good, actually. It gives you like an insane amount of mobility, and normally if you want to move yourself with it, your mech wouldn't be an item, so you don't get the damage text. But with Keepers, guess what? All your summons are actually items. I do want to just pick up Shrivel. I think it is possible that like either Airlift and Witchhammer was actually the correct pick over Consecrate. No, over Shrivel here. I do think like starting with Consecrate gives you a very clear direction. I feel like this one is the right pick here, but these two I can accept as picks as well. Portal is weird. I've tried it before. It's always felt awkward because of the random movement text. It makes it feel like very unexpected as far as like what effect it'll have on the game. Maybe I need to try it more, but it feels recharging the summon. That is interesting. It's like it's kind of hard to use this text effectively on like one of the more conventional targets, which is dragons. Obviously, like recharging your puppets isn't that helpful. I don't think, because yeah, then I guess you bump it again and move it somewhere. But like the two good targets for this I can think of are Will-o-wisps? Sorry, Wisp in a Bottle? I forgot what that one's called, but that one like recharges all your spells by one, and then the other potentially good target is Totems. But then it just turns it into a 1-mana draw 3, which is like mid. You're working so hard for it to... I don't know. Portal's a weird card that I haven't figured out yet. I can accept picking these two as the correct choices. I'm just a big sucker for Shrivel. It's like pretty... I've really liked it every time I've played it on a bump kind of keeper, which is like most of them. And yeah, Consecrate, potential to be a lot of fun. Let's see what we can do with it today. Alright, let's head right in. What are we starting with? I'm not excited about any of these. Although there is a consideration for just going here and upgrading something, but I'm gonna commit at least one reroll to this. Actually, at most one reroll to this. I don't want to go too ham on this because like we do need these for later. I'm gonna reroll once and see if something more exciting comes up. Speaking of, artifacts or Fallen Angel. I don't know. Actually, that's a tough choice. I think I want to just pick up an artifact. Like, keepers have a lot of really messed up artifacts that you can pick up. This is basically like... Yeah. I'm just gonna go here. Like, I think... I hope that we're gonna be capable of handling a, I hope we're gonna be capable of handling a group of Martians, but you never know, right? So we're going to, yeah, Shrivel. Hit this Martian, do that, and then we're going to Consecrate and destroy Conjure. So from now on, it won't be available for us to use, but now we basically get the license to use Consecrate as much as we could possibly want, which is pretty good. So yeah, we should be able to next turn just blast this guy to kill both of these, because they will both lose their shield after they begin channeling Doom. So then, I think our focus right now should be to just... Hold on. Walk. Yeah, actually, this will do. Yep. So yeah, in a deck like this, removal is going to be even more valuable than it usually is, because one of your highest priorities, I think, is actually going to be to make sure that like, your deck is small enough that you can cycle into a Consecrate every single turn. That would be for the best. We'll have to see. Oh, Rosary. Rosary is incredible. Yeah, Rosary is very, very, very strong. But Bandages also kind of... Yeah, sorry, I should explain why Rosary is good. Why is Rosary good? Well, Wait, I guess I've already explained it in the Garu video that we took it. It's just like, it lets you... Normally, like, when you play Keeper, you need to devote a lot of time and energy to making sure that your summons don't die. Either because of enemy danger zones, because of echoes trying to shoot you or bomb you, or like any other like random hazards that the game has going on. Some examples being like the spikes from the frog guys in Act 2, the Rocketeer stuff, like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can just hit your summon. On the other mechs, it's chill, because your mech doesn't go anywhere. You take a jump. It's not good, but it's fine. On Keepers, that would mean that like you lose an entire game piece that you otherwise had access to. Rosary just says, nope, you're good. Your summons cannot die, which is very strong. Also, because we are on Iris, these guys bumping into enemies is like a very large part of how we're gonna deal damage. And Rosary, on the first turn when we get these summons, just gives us the license to like bump as much as we want. That's also going to really power up this recharge on the Shrivel, because now we can bump, Shrivel, bump again, which is very good. I think I'll just pick up Rosary and feel very good about this. Yeah, I think I've talked about this before. Cherubim, like, Turbo sucks. We're not picking this up and like taking one of these. I think that's just silly. Not too excited about this. I think I'll do the same before, like committing one reroll to this and no more. Hopefully something more exciting comes along. Oh, maman, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna go in? Are we gonna greed? We're gonna greed for the big money. I think so, man. I think we're going in. Doom Ritual, not what you want to see. But, I think we'll be able to figure it out. I hope. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do this. Let's see. We do have to kill this guy this turn if we can help it. How's that gonna happen? I could Shrivel, bump up. Then what? A Shrivel bump up, then I would have to nudge this guy up, sacrifice him. No, that doesn't work. What if I Shrivel here? If I Shrivel on this guy, he gets to that. And then I nudge him up, sacrifice him as well. I think that might have to be what we do here. I don't love it, but like, hey, it is what it is. Hold up. Is this anything? I could. Yeah, I can squeeze out like one more combo this way and get like an extra 2,000 bucks, which is not bad at all. It's gonna be a lot of pressure here for a lot of reasons. Do we have time to go for this guy? I don't think so. This is like a lot. This. Go in here. I think I want to get rid of these if I can help it, and then, you know what, just get like one more of these fellas in. That. Play this fella. Let's sacrifice these. Yeah, we won't get to claim the time annual here, but I think we'll still be fine. Yeah, obviously play this. Do this again. Sacrifice, walk, sacrifice. Perfect. Well, not as much as I would have liked, but I think we're gonna be pretty okay still. Spirit Storm, Psychic Beam, or Netherlash. Spirit Storm might just be the move here. It's like a decent amount of output. We're going to be sacrificing our stuff a lot anyways. This upgrade isn't going to be very relevant because we won't have spells, like, period. But, I don't necessarily mind that. You know? Yeah, there are even some turns where, like, we could, if we don't start off with Spirit Storm, we could, if we don't start off with Consecrate, we could even, like, turn 1, Conjure, Spirit Storm, turn 2, the Conjure will be off cooldown again, and we can sneak another one in there. Psychic Beam might also just be fine. Psychic Beam might be totally chill, actually. It's pretty good. Yeah, let's just take Psychic Beam now that I think about it. It sounds like a good card to have here. Ugh. I don't know. Spirit Storm could be just really good. I think I'll pick up Psychic Beam. Like, I something about, like, having that upgrade that doesn't do anything for us just kind of rubs me the wrong way, but, you know. Asteroid Belt, excellent on a keeper, I think. Yeah. Polymorph, this card's better than it looks, because it just turns the opponent into, like... Yeah, like, what, like, it... Every time you cast it, it just turns an enemy into, like, anything. A good chunk of the pool of entities is actually just going to be like your summons, but obviously sometimes they turn into other random enemies, which can be a little annoying, but like for the most part it's chill. Yeah, Asteroid Belt is just good because it just draws us an extra card every single turn as long as we have 3 summons. It also spots us 3 boulders, which also are items. It's like really, it's really easy to make it work. Outside of that, what are we doing? I don't know, man. I guess we can just toss a Wander and a Blast. Again, the goal here is to make our deck as small as possible. Maybe I toss a Puppet, actually. Do I need, like, 3 of these? I don't actually know. I think I'll toss a Blast, too. Yeah, the goal is to make our deck as small as possible so that, like, we can consistently, like, consecrate... the goal being to like cast a Consecrate every single turn if we can, which will just mean that we draw 7 cards and generate 5 mana every turn, which is going to be a massive advantage. Take Invasion actually not that bad because we have a lot of ways to shield our entities with a combination like Shrivel. Actually, mostly it's just Shrivel, but like also we have a Rosary, which is pretty sick. I'll just get rid of that for now. Yeah, we will do that, and I think after that we're just gonna take it easy. Yeah, Consecrate again. Might as well poof. Yeah. Play this fella. Run up. Oh, that's gonna be trouble. Oh wait, no, I can just do this. Actually. Yeah, we can shrivel this guy. Yeah, I guess that fella is just a bit of a lost cause, but let's chill. We'll do that. Yeah, I've spoken about it in previous weeks, but like when you see an airship on this fight, your number one priority should be to kill it as fast as possible, because one of the most annoying things it can do is if you let it walk and keep walking, every tile it walks over is going to send out a cloud. Which can just make your life a lot harder than it has to be. Okay, cast. Consecrate again. You're really seeing this engine just pop, which is like quite strong. I think I'll do that actually. Yeah, go here, go here. Psychic beam. Do that too. That'll generate a decent bounty for us. Kill this guy, put this guy here. It's perfect. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Psychic Beam might be a pretty good card. Yeah, just a hunch of mine, though. Just a slight hunch. I think I'll blow this up. Yeah, with this we've taken care of most of the pressure here. My next goal was just like hope that we get enough time to really take care of these echoes, which would be very nice. Yeah, it's gonna take a hot minute to really like grind them down, but I think we'll be able to do it. Consecrate again. Yeah, this will finish the fight pretty cleanly. We didn't get like the maximum bounty possible on any of the on all the what? Yeah, we didn't get the max bounty possible on all the enemies like echoes, but it is what it is. We're gonna be okay for the most part. I know I spent like a good chunk of money on asteroid belts, but I'm seriously considering picking up Reaper here. It just gives us an incredible amount of firepower, because all of our puppets, regardless of where they are going to get blasted, which means that like we just don't even need that gives us actually an excellent excuse to just get rid of these last two blasts in our deck, because yeah, our puppets are just gonna like blast every turn anyways. I actually don't mind that. I'll pick up Reaper. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll also pick up Web. I do kind of wonder why. Yeah, I do kind of wonder why we never get Webbed as a potential modifier. as like something that we can get. Because like, yeah, I could be mistaken about this, but as far as I understand, we've never, like, it just isn't something that can show up, which is kind of weird. This. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we don't even need to spend that mana. This will be enough. Actually, would really like to pick up this Time Angel, although it may be too late for me to do that. Let me see. So I can kill this. Yeah. Do this. Can I make it in time? Yeah, this will do it. If I do that, the Time Angel will blow up, and that's the end of the fight. Yeah, the Time Angel blows up if it sees that no other enemies exist on the map. Luckily, ticks don't count towards that, so we're able to get away with doing what we just did pretty easily. I don't like any of these. Kind of sucks that like this normally very nice upgrade just doesn't do anything for us. I will be re-rolling this. Boosted Puppet might be just kind of sick. Yeah, you know what? We'll go for that. And, yeah, I don't know. I just think, like, we're a deck that doesn't need too much, like, extra cards. I really just want to upgrade the ones we have, get rid of these blasts, and then just have a, functional deck. I'm reflecting on this, and it's possible that, like, Reaper wasn't a very good pick, but I'm willing to die on this hill. I wanted to see what comes out of this on the other end. Yeah, that sponge might be... That sponge might be trouble. I'm not gonna hold you. Oh, I guess... Wait, we... Oh, I was gonna say we might be able to stall this sponge infinitely if we really needed to with, like, a bunch of the... With a bunch of, like, lined up summons, but I just realized that's actually also not possible because of Reaper. We really need to hurry up with, like, killing this guy. Pronto. So, yeah. That's 6 hits left. I think we're still making good progress as it currently stands, but we're gonna need to work just a little bit harder here. Oh, I guess I could have done this a little bit better. Definitely could have. Don't think I need to do anything else here yet. This leaves the sponge plus on 3 hits, which I think should be more than manageable for us. A bit of a... I think we could have played this turn like slightly more optimal, but it'll be okay. Consecrate. Nope, we are not getting rid of that guy. What are the different upgrades available on Consecrate anyways? That would be good, that would be good. That might be okay. Ugh. I don't feel comfortable passing up on like a fine upgrade in this case, or in like rerolling here. I'm just gonna take the risky puppet and call it a day. Okay, priority number 1. We are going to get rid of... Oh! Toymaker kinda sick for... Yeah, Toymaker lets us hold on to our extra puppets, which makes... actually makes like cycling through the deck a lot easier. I think I'll actually pick up Toymaker here and like leave this one blast in the deck. We'll see if it works out or not. Yeah, gotta take something. Jammed is fine. It's not great, but it's chill. Bees do scare me a little bit because these guys can just demand that, like, hey, you gotta deal damage to something that's like all the way up here, and I think this deck might struggle with that a little bit. What's my answer to that going to be? I think Shrivel and Psychic Beam are both going to give us like a reasonable amount of reach if we want it. Other than that, I don't really know. Good news is I think Asteroid Belt's going to trigger like every single turn for now, at least. For some reason, like, I think Asteroid Belt does not check for its condition at the start of the game because, like, I think its check occurs before any items are summoned in. Because, like, yeah, normally we would draw 7 cards here. There's 1 extra card draw from Reaper, 1 extra from Asteroid Belt. But even though there's, like, 20 items on the map, I only drew 6. And I don't think Reaper ever turns off. So my hypothesis to that is just that, like, Asteroid Belt does not check for itself to start. Which is not how it reads, but it is what it is. Which I think we're going to be okay. Let's just start by breaking a shield on one of the Queen Bees, and then we'll... I don't know, we can... I think one idea I have for making sure that these guys are more manageable than they are is to try to focus my efforts on killing the beehives near the top of the map. So that's... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just going to be a tough fight in general. Yeah, this guy will get killed by that, so that's no big deal. We're going to start consecrating like crazy here. Okay, yeah, we have gotten to a point where we just draw our whole deck every single turn, which is helpful. The question now becomes, how are we going to get anywhere with this? Because, yeah, the Queen Bee's coming out next turn. Would like to, yeah, let's get rid of 2 more hives up at the top. Okay. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to try to preserve this 1 mana that we currently have. Alright, where's the Queen Bee going to spawn? It's spawning there. Uh-oh. I think we're fine still, but that's cutting a little closer than I would like, personally. that already made me sweat. I really don't want to think about what the hell's gonna happen after this. I do think our deck's gonna be fine. I still don't know if we're gonna be fine even post this. I really, really, really wish we picked up that, what do you call it? Spirit Beam now, but what can you do? Like, yeah, I don't think it's reasonable to expect yourself to always be in a sacrifice deck in these kinds of situations. Yeah, it's just same strategy as before. We're gonna try to call the we're just gonna try to get rid of as much of the hives up top as possible, so that like when the queen bees actually do spawn, hopefully we're able to reach them reliably. The second one's gonna spawn like any minute now, which kind of worries me. Okay, let's get rid of those. This should at least ensure that there are no other threats on the ground when the queen bee pops out. Hopefully that just lets us deal with it relatively cleanly. Looks like it's going to be right over here. Okay, good. Yeah, this shrivel is really just working overtime for us. This will kill all that. Yeah, we can do something along these lines and then hit them with that. Oh yeah, I should still follow the script from before, just like killing the hives up top if I can help it. And we'll also do this to get rid of this hive and this guard bee. Yeah, these guard bees have a unique property where, like, anytime you move into a block that's under them, they start to prepare to charge down and self-destruct. So one of the ways you can take pressure off of yourself in this fight is actually to just trigger as many of these as possible and then get out of their way before they actually charge down at you, which can be pretty nice. I really should have done something a little bit different here, but actually, now that I think about it, there's probably a lot of different ways I could have sequenced differently. Jeez, the queen bee's gonna be up there? That's tough. That's really bad. Oh god, I didn't mean to press that. Ugh. Yeah, the queen bee is going to be in the exact same spot, and we're going to just draw the same hand because we're drawing our entire deck anyways. Oh wait, I guess we're good. We're fine. Yeah, because we just walk up. I should have done this after I shriveled, which would have made like this even safer. What else can I do? I can get a little more money here. Oh god, that's the last of my mana. God, I actually need to... I just willy-nilly wasted 2 chrono tokens there by just misplaying. That is really, really shameful. God. A bump here. Shrivel. Walk up. Yeah, I have 2 mana left. We're good. Do this. Kill him. Oh, I guess our combos... Did I just die from, like, gross mismanagement? That was just so... My god. Oh, man. That was so awful. I had the line, man. I just played like an idiot and just lost it. That's so bad. My god. That deck could have made it to World War 3. That deck could have gotten there. I'm just playing like a fool. That feels really bad, y'all. I need to slow down tomorrow and just take my time. Because I'm starting to play really sloppy. Or, I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a few bad days here and there. But it is rough. This was a pretty good deck and a lot of fun. Like, Shrivel was doing good stuff. Psychic Beam was doing good stuff. Consecrate was showing itself as like a very strong engine piece. We just really messed up towards the end there, even though there was a very clean line towards killing the Queen Bee. I just got too greedy and kept trying to combo max, even though like there was literally no necessary reason to do it. I don't know. It's making me kind of sad, but it is what it is. Jeez, man. We'll do better tomorrow, I hope. But that's gonna do it for today, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll see you all again for another run tomorrow. Bye!